Haiti maman chérie, gade nan ki misère ou ye yo. Pa wè sans si sou se yo. Haiti maman chérie.
This is Alfred, commonly known as Little Bird, that sings, and he sings to us from time to time in spots like this when we're looking around at all of this beauty, and we put Alfred on the stage here and he sings to us.
Oh malere, oi malere, oi malere, malere.
With all the talk of extreme poverty and devastation from the earthquake of 2010, few people remember that Haiti is a country of stunning landscapes on an island in the Caribbean.
That was all about the hardships of life in Haiti and how living on the land, and they're out working in the hot sun and they don't have anything to drink, and then they come home and there's nothing to eat, and the children are hungry and they're saying, Mommy, I'm hungry, and Daddy, I'm hungry, and they have nothing to eat. And malheureux means the hardships and difficulties of life in Haiti. So, but we know that it'll have a happy ending one day.
Beneath the surface beauty lies an indelible curse, one that struck Ghislaine on her first visit to a third world country.
We were asked to write down our thoughts after the very first day here. And I have it today, still written down. My feelings were that every one of my senses had been assaulted. Literally assaulted. Eyes, ears, smell, sound, heart, everything I had. And you walk into any of the children's wards and see little ones dying in their mother's arms from starvation, from malnutrition. It's not easy, but it makes you even more determined to say, okay, this is curable. This is not right. You know, we should be doing something about this.
A chance meeting with Father Fritz Lafontaine at Neighbours in Greenville, South Carolina, because she was the only person able to communicate with him in French, led to her first invitation.
And then he asked me to come down, he invited me to come down to teach English. Well, I'm not an English teacher, and so I ended up, just all I ever did with the kids was teach them head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. And so that was the first year.
Having asked for and being granted a small plot of land, Ghislaine began planting fruits and vegetables for the medical clinic in Conge, a village in the central plateau of the island, and instructing local farmers on levelling plots and irrigation to produce food.
Ghislaine and I were farmers in the outback of Australia for many years. My education was in animal husbandry, and we saw poverty in Australia in the outback, certainly amongst the native Aborigines. But here it seemed to be a compelling reason why we should get involved.
In the Creole language, the word zanmi means friends of ours, but in a more practical sense it means partners. So Zanmi La Santé is partners in health, Zanmi Agricole in agriculture, all of which combines to form a partnership to help the Haitians become more self-sufficient. In conjunction with Partners in Health, Dr. Paul Farmer's Boston-based organisation, this meagre harvest of crops helped but was not sufficient to provide a diet capable of overcoming malnutrition. So a medicinal formula made of peanut paste called Nouri Mamba was created, and the results were astonishing.
Nouri Mamba, I can say that Nouri Mamba is 100% successful because malnourished children with severe stage of malnutrition, after 7 or 9 weeks having the paste on Nouri Mamba, they were completely recovered.
So Partners in Agriculture purchased an additional 35 hectares of farmland to increase the harvest of vegetables and the production of peanuts for Nouri Mamba.
You have the raw materials is peanuts. We have vitamins, minerals, oil, and powdered milk. That's the main ingredients of Nouri Mamba.
Production began in a single room at the compound with rudimentary equipment, but this peanut paste reduced the death rate of malnourished children under the age of 5 by 75%.
It was a miracle that starting with the program of nutrition with that medication, they call it really. Without the Nouri Mamba, we wouldn't treat many children. When I said it's thousands and thousands and thousands, the last time we had an assessment, we had about 10,000 children in the program of malnutrition.
While the immediate crisis had been averted, the persistent problem of self-sufficiency remained. The long-term prospects for eradicating malnutrition would be unachievable without the education of parents in the Family Assistance Program.
The idea behind the Family Assistance Program was really to try and get into this, the thought of prevention rather than just cure.
When a family is interviewed and enters the program, it is given training and tools to cultivate vegetables and fruit trees. After the first harvest, they must return the same amount of seed plus a goblet of interest. And they're given a goat.
This is the 3M goat house, the 3M being meeting, mating and maternity. And after that, once their goat has kidded, then they need to give back to us a kid, and then with that family, we take one family and we go and we have a giving ceremony, and they give that kid to another Haitian family. And the pride with which that family does that exchange is absolutely fabulous to see.
In part 2 of our story, we'll take a look at the next steps in the advancement of the Haitian people with educational programs at the vocational school and some of the less pleasant moments from Haiti.
At one stage they took me away from the group and marched me into deeper scrub where they had a large trench, and I thought that was it. I thought they were going to shoot me there and that trench would be my resting place.